Well, he's come a long way from being really a novelty when he was drafted back then. And no matter what folks tell you, nobody knew that this was going to result from that pick back in 2013. How close is he to being the guy that changes a playoff series and, say, a conference finals for the Milwaukee Bucks?
I think he's very close. He's continuously getting better. You can see from this video right here, as opposed to the one we just showed you, he's gotten put on a lot more size. He's a lot bigger. He's a lot more confident in his game. So I think he can take over a playoff series. I think he can push you to win in the Eastern Conference Finals, or maybe even go to the NBA Finals. The only thing he has to complete is to be able to be a consistent shot maker from the perimeter. When the game slows down and we're talking playoff basketball, those guys that can get in one-on-one situations and continuously make shots and force you to double team them, they take their teams to another level and they elevate their teammates.
Yeah, Brendan, he's very confident because he used to have on a shirt, a shooting shirt, a hat. Because now you see he's working out in the tank top.
He's big swole now, baby.
And it's unbelievable the work he's put in with his body. And then I think I'm with you, Brendan. I think it's this year. I think right now, because of the team he has playing alongside him, the way Bud is playing him, is still on the ball, but he's playing a lot without the basketball, and he has more playmakers around him. I think it'll be harder for, like, when the Boston Celtics played him to load up on Giannis, and I think he'll be able to take over a playoff series. How far they will go, we shall see, but I think he can take over games and be the best player in the series, pretty much the entire series.
It's remarkable for a guy who plays on the perimeter often with the ball in his hands, what he has been able to do statistically. Leads the league in points in the restricted area. He's on pace to become just the 5th player in NBA history to average 25 on 58% shooting. 3 of the previous 4 you're liable to run into around here, by the way. Kevin McHale, Shaquille O'Neal, and Charles Barkley. Amari Stoudemire is the other. And for a guy who spends so much time with the ball outside the paint, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing, but he might spend a lot of time outside the paint, but he brings it to the paint consistently.
He finds his way there, yeah.
And he does it through a variety of different ways. I mean, he has the Euro steps, he has spin moves, he has those long steps. He just takes it where seems like he takes off from half court and finds his way right into the paint in the charge circle. So Giannis he might start outside the paint with the ball, but he always finds his way home.
It's funny, Brendan, you said that, and we've watched that. Like you said, he started out from the paint. I would love to see them just post him up more because eventually he wants to get down there and get close to the rim. I think he has enough passing ability and enough handles to be able to recognize double teams, and I think he'll take the workload off him a little bit. Not consistently post because it's a little bit easier to double, but just maybe 20 to 30 more percent. Letting him just start on the block, letting him post up, and letting him go at it because he's going to try to dunk it. He's going to get close to the rim anyway.
And you create some of the other matchup problems that teams have had against LeBron when he's gone into the post.
Simplify your portfolio. And sometimes it doesn't have to be a screen and roll to get a switch into an ISO.
Right.
You can do something real simple like run a cross screen, get Giannis to flash across the lane, catch the ball 15 feet on in, and now if they make one wrong move, he's right at the rim. It's harder to double because you have to come immediately because
quick. On
that first dribble, he can be there. He can be putting a poster on your head. So I agree with you. I think they can post him up in a variety of different ways, kind of similar to what Golden State sometimes does with Kevin Durant. Sometimes they run cross screens. Sometimes they post him up at the free throw line, what we like to call the nail post up. And they take advantage of his size in the mid-post area, and it's hard to double team in those areas.
Bucks are in Boston tonight where the Celtics have gotten it together. They've won 8 of 10 despite a disappointing loss to the Suns on Wednesday, but they've got Biggs problems. Not a big problem, but Biggs problems in that Aaron Baines is out for weeks to come because of a broken bone in his left hand. Al Horford is already out tonight. He'll miss his 7th straight game with a knee problem. So what do they do when they go big? Robert Williams, the rookie out of Texas A&M, played 24 minutes the other night. I don't know that Brad Stevens is ready to give him regular minutes. The Celtics just going to be mostly a small team moving forward?
Yeah, and I think they're going to have to play a little bit of small ball and obviously maybe have to pick up somebody. And I like Robert Williams. I don't know if he's able to carry that load 30 to 35 minutes, but it is getting him a chance to play some major minutes. And for them, that can bode well down the stretch for them and where a coach has the confidence to throw you in a game because he's seen you with the first group, and he will be playing with the first group a lot. Baines, people will be saying, why are you so concerned? He's a huge part of the Boston Celtics. Has played extremely well, especially playing alongside Al Horford. Now he's shooting the 3, which is blowing my mind.
Who isn't?
But for Baines to be shooting the 3, Matt and Brendan, and making some of them, I just love what he does. He catches the basketball well. this is going to be a huge blow and a huge, I say, absence for the Boston Celtics.
It's definitely going to be a huge absence, but you talked about Robert Williams, and he does have a chance to really step up. This is a very talented basketball player from Texas A&M, and if you look at his last game, he only played 24 minutes, Smitty. He had 5 blocks. He brings something different to the table that Baines doesn't have. So if the young fella can prove that he can be consistent and earn the coaching staff's trust, he might be able to carve himself out a role. And we've seen this from a lot of the Boston Celtics young players before. Opportunity arises, they put in the work, their staff has them prepared, they step up and they excel in those situations. So I'm hoping that happens for Robert Williams.
Real quick leaper, weak side shot blocker, the kind of player they really don't have on the roster other than him. He's going to get his chance starting tonight against